Hi guys, I'm Boaz again from the FLYSTICK, trying to do my best to show you what is the FLYSTICK, and today Charlene is with me, and we're gonna present you something you never heard of, but maybe today you're gonna understand deeper what is the FLYSTICK. Most of the people ask me what is the FLYSTICK, and I say it's like asking about Japanese cuisine or food, and you should try it. So try this class for 5 times and then you should answer me for that questions. Let's start. On our knees, take a stick. You need to have a strong stick, wooden stick if you have at home. And join us. Just pay attention for my instructions and try not to do it as yoga or Pilates. I mean, try not to engage things in your body without me asking you to do it. Mostly I won't do it, but try not to conduct any pelvic floor engagement or abdominals or spine erectors or whatever. Just allow the stick to be your partner in this practice. So let's start on our knees. Put under something that feels comfortable for you. And the right arm is up and the left is on the floor. And just first play with the stick from side to the front. And allow the shoulder blade to move and try to focus on feeling that and sensing that. And your shoulders too should go to the front and to the back. I mean, back is that position, and then I'm trying to stretch my chest down and open the solar plexus and hanging on my right arm. So we're gonna both, me and Charlene, shift back a bit. So it's like mini cobra style. And if you have problem to do cobra, so this is your modification to do the full cobra, because you're trying to understand how to stretch your front line. Then put down the left arm and put down the left elbow and get into the first spiral we have, and just 2 times breathe in and breathe out. Hear yourself making that sound of the ocean. Then shift back on your toes and take the stick to the left side. Left arm. So first we're gonna play a bit from back through the side to the front. And again, sense the left scapula. Move back and forth. Engage in nothing. Remember, if you have this tendency to pull in your navel, so stop doing that and allow it to get stretched and follow your chest and the ribs. Now hang there in the front position of your armpit and just feel that you're opening, hanging. Then bring the right arm next to the stick down and place down the elbow. If you can face up, then face up, but if it's comfortable for your neck to face down, that's fine. This is the first spiral you're gonna do. And just breathe in and out. Change side again. Do you like it? Nice. Now we're gonna stretch the left leg. Now you see the deep sense in that practice is to join many, I can say, for example, moving in a polyarticular joints or points. Don't try to find one point to stretch. Try to feel the full body getting into that position. So I'm using the stick to push it down, and it helps my chest to come up, and then I expanding in space with the help of the stick. I'm pushing against gravity, so I'm trying to reach to that ability to see my heel at the back. Then I'm adding on the right leg. On my side, turning, watching up, and try to see the ceiling and push at the same time your left hands and left arm and left shoulder blade. Then bring the stick to the front. It's a plank position, but send the stick away from the center and then come back again to your side. You can lift the right leg if you like, and if it feels comfortable for you, then you can do it, and then lower back and get to the front. Then start easily trusting your right arm so you can hang there. And again, twice breathe in and out. Try to breathe to your upper ribs, then bend your knees and pull yourself back to your toes to change side and to take the left arm. Going up. Stretching my right. And the left should be as high as you can, and allow the left ribs to be open and follow the left arm, and the right ribs actually are in a bit engagement to help the push of my weight up. So you should sense the right ribs are pretty closed and the left are open. Then I'm pushing against gravity. I push the stick down. It's push and pull, depends on how you see it, and I push with the right leg too down against gravity, and I start to expand as much as I can to see my right heel. Adding on the left leg and turning to the side. And again, I'm pushing gravity with the help of the stick, and I'm pushing the stick against. Coming back to plank position and turning the stick forward. And don't lean on the stick, just work with it and send it away from the center, and then come back to the side. And if you can, try to disconnect the left, bring it down, and let's go to the hanging cobra, or you should stay again in plank position. If it's too hard for you right now, and breathe in, breathe out, you should stretch your belly, bend your knees, and come back. Next spiral. We're gonna place the stick between our hips. Right arm is going up, facing down, like this, and the left between me and the stick should go and cross over to the right side to help me take the stick behind my left side. Now, this ability is very important for our spine. Like, you have to be able to achieve that. If it's not now, then you should take 4 weeks to get into that position, because it takes the spine and the ribs and your deep organs to a deep spiral, and going behind the center is better for your spine than staying in twist in center. Let's do the other side. So release yourself. Left, right, get in between me and the stick and send in behind the ribs. Avoid making both sides equal, because they won't. We have 2 different sides, although you see 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, and everything is in double, but the motion are different inside. And release. We're gonna go up in the same position. So let's go back to the right. We're gonna push ourselves away from the center to wrap around the stick. Then I'm connecting the left leg, so I can tell that if I'm moving the left, then the stick start to move. Then I'm shifting forward, take the left to the front, left leg, and stretching myself in the spiral position, stretching the right arm, right leg, sorry. Lifting up, yep. Going into the warrior position is yoga. And if you can, lean forward with your torso. And if you can stretch the front leg and keep opening the elbows out. And keep leaning until you feel the stick touching the right, the back leg. Bend easily the front. Come back to lunge position. Lower your knee back down and bring yourself back to starting position. And feel free to modify yourself. Like if you see me and Charlene moving in a flow, it's all right to stop in any station that you can stop and just stay there. Instead of, I see people sometimes, you know, in class, stopping the motion or the flow of the class and just looking at the teacher, waiting for the exercise to end up. So I prefer you to stay and fall back to the position you felt, that's fine for me now. Was I clear? Left. And the right. And the stick is against the right hip, so see that you have the stop. And it's like dancing around the pole or with the pole, right? Dancing pole? Pole dancing? Pole dancing. And the right going forward, the right leg. And I'm stretching my hips, shining up with the sun, stretching the left leg, and turning into the warrior position. So you see, you can stop here and not going with me to leaning forward, opening the elbows. Right leg is stretching just if you feel like. Bend back, turn into the lunge, lower down, and come back to starting position. Cool. We're gonna lift ourselves up from that position of that knees on the floor and into standing. So I'm pulling myself up, lowering myself down. Hope you have a nice toes flexibility and lean back. And if you don't, then you start to work on it. Pull yourself back up, push the stick against the floor, and then lean back, bring the knees to the front, place them easily, softly down, and arch your back, open the chest. 2 more. I'm pulling myself up using the stick and lowering myself easily down, connecting the stick to the ground. Good, beautiful. And opening the chest, giving myself, making a confession. And pull, last one. Lowering myself easily. Your toes will be grateful in a few weeks. And pull yourself up and stretch yourself back. And curl the tailbone in and lift yourself easily up to standing position. Cool. Now that we are standing, place the stick 1 foot away from you. And make sure your arms are in your, at your chest level, not too high. So if you're high as me, so you should hold the top of the stick, but if you're lower than me, then you find the chest level of yourself. Then push the stick down and lean forward. You know, when you're skiing, you have this angle. The heels are connected down, and you should be flying when you start to fly with the glades. So you feel that connection. So feel the armpits holding you, and then come back. 1 more time. Just sense it and allow the shoulder blade to come out. Try not to squeeze them down as you usually probably do in other classes. Here we help the shoulder blade to go away from the center. Now I'm pushing down and helping the chest to come up through breathing into that point of the solar plexus and the sternum. And when I'm exhaling, I'm curling back, bending my knees, and reaching forward with my arms. And again, inhale. Use the stick to take the solar as high as you can to the ceiling or to the sky, and exhale. Now, we're going to stay in that exhale position, which is very important for your spine to understand that, especially the lumbar spine. Me and Charlene are going to exhale deeply. And we're not just trying to squeeze in, the belly muscles. We try to pull them up. And to do that, I'm going to ask you to push the stick down and make the connection through the arm and through the shoulder blade, through your armpits, and get connected to the external oblique and the serratus and stuff and the other stuff to pull in stuff and up and away from you. Away back, I mean, not to the front. So try not to just work with your navel, for example. Try to sense the diagonals lines, like going up and behind yourself. And we're gonna reach that with the right leg up, exhaling, lowering, and keep connecting the stick to the ground and exhale left. And try to create that motion of a wave motion, like you smudging something or with butter, you know, when you put on the bread. So try to feel that sense of motion left. And take the stick away as much as you can. And now with the inhale, we're going to place back 1 foot away the right leg. And then again, inhale up. Just up. You see the back, but don't use the back. Use the up and exhale. I'm pushing the stick down and trying to lift my fibers up. And again, inhale. High heel, like Prada heel. So the head should understand that it can trust the heel. And exhaling. And again, think about the motion up. 2 more. And exhale. Front and away from you. Exhale. Then place down the heel and lean forward. You bend the right, you stretch the left, and pull it to the right leg. Then face both arms to the right. Bend the left knee and trust the left arm. And the right arm on top of the left is pushing the stick away, so you should understand and feel that stretch on the left side. Now pay attention that you have, the stick is like the center of the river and you have 2 banks. The bank is the bank that next to me and the bank that is away from me. So send the stick away to the far bank of the river as much as you can, so you can start feeling the sense of hanging there. And then turn the stick a bit right, and the head and the chest going back to zoom out from the ceiling. And I'm falling into gravity and I'm trusting my left arm and I feel all the back lines get connected all the way down to my sacrum bone and a right hip. And let's change side. We're gonna come back again to the center. 4th time, we're gonna do the same we did at the beginning. Inhale, exhale. Try to sense the pulling in when you flex your spine, and exhale. Last one. Now with the left. Left going up, exhaling. Placing back 1 foot away, inhaling. Exhale. Two more. After arching up, we curl and place the heel back. Lean back. It's the same nose as the other leg, right?
The balance is very different between the sides.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm pulling the heels, stretching my sit bone back, and turning both arms to the left side. Right leg is bent. And first, see that you can stay here if it's too complicated to go along with the movement. And just paying attention that you're not squeezing that way. Try to elongate and lengthen the right sit bone. So this side is get opened. Now I'm turning the stick to the left and start to roll back down, zooming out. Opa. And feel that connectivity in my thoracolumbar fascia. And enjoying the stretch in my leg too and the hip too. And coming up, right leg on the right side of the stick and the left getting into lunge position. How is your energy? Good? Yeah. Inhaling the same way, exhaling. And again, we're going to stay in that position. And again, I want you to feel that you can squeezing enough so you feel the tension and the lengthening of your spine. So try to avoid squeezing in the front center abs. Try to work on the side. Inhale up, now we stretch them and then we work with it. Our sides that connected to the stick when I'm pushing down the mat or the floor. 2 more. Push the stick down so you can grow up. 1 more time, in. And exhale. And through the flex position, we lean forward again, send back the heel. And we're just gonna do pelvic motions, turning out the pelvis bone, the pelvic bone, and turning in the pelvic bone. So your feet should stay in the same position, and we just move the main bone of our spine. And actually I see it not as a different bone, it's part of the vertebrae, it's just a huge vertebra. And this is not my center or my core, because this is part of everything that I include as core. Now bend the right, lower the left, and you can bend your elbows or you can stretch the arms, depends on you, and see how you can open the chest up to the ceiling and send the head away, and try to take the lower jaw higher than the upper jaw to the ceiling so you can feel the connection all the way down to your pubic bone. Am I talking too much?
No.
Oh, good. Sometimes wow. And let's go up, pull ourselves to the front and change leg. And I'm clear enough? Yeah? Good. Lunge position. Stretch the chest up, inhale, and exhale. And again, 4 times, I want you to sense that when you stick the stick down and you push it, so you feel that muscles around your armpits and how it pulls and help you pull up your sides in flex position. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale. 2 more. Try to do it in a wave motion and enjoy that spinal motions as much as you can. Lower the back heel, lean forward. Play 4 times with your pelvis. And keep the feet down. Bend the front leg. And this is our last position. And we're gonna pull up. Feel free to bend your elbows or stretch your arms. One more time. And let's pull up ourselves. Stretch the back leg and pull yourself to standing again. Was it good?
Yes.
Okay, we stay in standing position. Now we're gonna take the stick on our right shoulder. Try not to get confused with that. So I'm on my right shoulder and we have the left, after we're gonna finish all the exercise on the right. So if you see, if your brain tells you that you're not on the right shoulder, pay attention to that. The left arm is holding the front stick and the right going upside down to the back, and try not to look. Try to keep your face forward and help the stick to be found by the right arm. Okay, so this is a nice exercise for your brain, by the way. And now you're gonna see that because probably you're gonna have some flexibility issues in your right shoulder, right? So you're gonna maybe be a little bit flexed down, which is fine. So first help the stick to get into diagonal line, then it's gonna be easier on your right shoulder. And the other thing I wanted to explain is the sternum. Where is the sternum level? This is the sternum bone, and I want it to be high. So you should bring air in and down. It helps the shoulder. Chest up and up, and the stick stays horizontal. Last one, inhale and exhale. Now open your legs more than your body and lower it down in flex position, lower the head, and the left is pushing the stick in between your legs. Oh, sorry. And I'm lifting myself up, inhaling, holding my breath, placing the head on top of the stick and pushing with the right. Now start with small motion in this expanding, and then exhale again. Squeeze your air out while you push the stick behind your body. Going up, inhale. Hold your breath, place the head, and the right elbow get bent, and the right arm is pushing the left, and you can enlarge the motion. I call it the matrix. And squeezing your breath out. Holding your breath. Last one, exhale. And enjoying. Amazing, Charlene. Now we're gonna place down the stick. I hope the microphone not doing too many sounds with my beard or whatever. Hopefully. And now just pay attention that you have enough room between your feet and the stick so you can crawl under to the right side. But keep the right arm connected up. The left should be disconnected. And take the stick after you bent your left leg and bring it between you and the leg. Cool. Now you can lower the right arm as much as your flexibility allow you. Bend your elbow, the right elbow, and push the stick so you can jump over it. And take your face to guide the spine where you want to reach, but don't hold your belly muscles or pelvic floor, whatever. Just open the solar plexus, jump high as much as you can over the stick, and keep sending the elbow away. It should take your scapula and other stuff away. To the back. And let's take the stick up with us behind the And inhale, jump over. Bend your knees, curl the tailbone right under the stick line. Again, in. X. 2 more. Jump over. And try to help with the elbows to push yourself up. One more time. And let's take it to the left shoulder. Stick is on top of the left. Right arm is holding. How do you say le canard? Le canard.
Violin.
Violin?
So the violin's like, you know, so...
I'm violenting. Like, okay.
I'm sure it's not the right way
No,
to say
I
it.
know. I'm gonna invent a new language in English, bro. Yeah, it's so clear. A left arm is going back. And I'm lifting the right arm so it helps, yeah, to hold. And just pay attention for your shoulders, your left shoulder now, so maybe it should get a different. And now breathe in and out to your sternum. So try to keep the stick with the same line as your ceiling or the floor you're standing on. So you reach to this very tiny, deep flexibility in between the relationship, between the shoulder and the chest. What we call shoulder, actually. It's not a shoulder, it's more complicated than that. And I'm creating enough space between my legs so I can push the right stick with my right arm. Flexing down. Inhaling, going up. Placing the head on the stick and first stretch. And think up, don't back. Yet, again, flex down. Now pay attention to the breathing. Exhaling, squeezing breath out. Inhaling. Holding breath. And now you can get stretched. 2 more. All the way out. And chest up. Don't forget to smile. And the next one should be your deepest. Inhale up. Hold. And lower the stick down. Place it on the mat. Create enough space between you and the stick. Crawl down, keep the left arm up. Fix the stick between you and the bent leg. Whatever it feels comfortable for you to place the left hand, then I'm pushing and try to fly behind, over, around, through, whatever the stick. Just inhaling and exhaling, try to push away your head from the center. And come up with the stick. We're gonna do some waves. Waves. This is wave, but we're gonna do it deep. And in squat position 2, and just want to pay attention to the front motion, which is that way. The chest is guiding. And the reverse motion of that, the back motion, is with the head. The head is guiding. And the stick is with us all the way. So we're going to have 8 times. It's actually taking your lungs into that deep space, your deep inner space. So try to, if it's not working in this very minute, so maybe in 2 weeks you're gonna understand that. The breathing is very important to be synchronized with the motion of the waves, okay? So I'm not gonna get into that because it's like a workshop. So just try to be precise about that. So the only way we inhale in the front wave is that. As much as I can. Then I'm squatting, sending back my pubic bone and start to exhale until I find a spot to fall down with my head and keep squeezing out. Squeezing, squeezing out. And again, inhale only when I jump over the stick. So we're gonna have 7 more times. Exhaling. Sorry. Thank you, Charlene, for continuing. The microphone is getting into my mouth. And again, once you feel confident enough, you can place the pubic bone to the front in space, okay? And the ilium bone to the front again. Try not to push your lumbar spine. It's about floating up and try to stretch and jumping over the stick. So I'm not looking that way. I'm trying to look like Charlene, going up and away. And again, pubic bone. Trying to make for your nose. 3 more. I think this is the last one. So now we're going to do a reverse wave. So it's different than the front. When I'm arching up, I'm starting with the head. So make sure and watch my head and Charlene's head and see that we're not pushing the face to go down. We're pulling the chin in, lengthening the neck, and then we start to guide ourselves down, crawling under the stick, under, and then push back to the expansion position. Okay, now the breathing is exhaling all the way down. When you crawl, you inhale. And try to inhale. I'm gonna modify this exercise too for you. And I'm just holding my breath, going into that position of jumping over the stick. And when I start to exhale again, it's again with the head and the neck. Hope it was clear. So let's start 8 times. And let's modify. Before we start the 8 times way, I wanna see as much as I can see, right? It's a video. You understanding the calling. So open the legs as much as you can and hold your tendons, the back tendons, just to make a framework. And I'm lowering my head down and shifting with my lips, breathing with my lips and shifting up and again lowering down. Again, crawling. Try to sense that you bringing air to your upper ribs. And not your belly. And now hold your breath. Push up and sense that. Just hold your breath, hold your breath, hold your breath, hold your breath. And come up. And it's an endless extension mode. And it can be very beautiful and very healthy for your spine. Unless you have this tendency to push the spine and push the spine. You see my spine? And this is really bad for your lumbar spine and your spine. But once I need to take off my shirt so you can understand and see. But most of people will do that way. Pulling or engagement belly muscles. Once you engage your belly, you can't reach to that point that I'm talking about, which is the expansion way of move in your spine. So when you hold in your belly, then you're gonna look that way. You see the difference between the first me and now, the second me? Now I'm trying to take you away from that. So if you need to look at yourself at the mirror, do it. But you have to understand that this point is next to the solar plexus, and the ribs should go up and take themselves away actually from your heart. It's creating space in your heart. Literally, כאילו, באמת, without, trying to be philosophical. It's literally, biologically, taking the sternum away from the spine, and then your heart should feel, wow, I have enough space to do that. So it's not about my spine, it's about my heart going. And you hear me still talking, and I have no pain, and Charlene has no pain, and we're still breathing in and out, since we use the diaphragm to be open in that expansion mode. So try to sense that at home, maybe not this week, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
I think also it takes the pain out of the lower back,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the times in your groups,
Mm-hmm.
you hear people that have problem with the lower back, and
Mm-hmm.
especially in these exercises.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
This is the key.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of helps to reduce the pain. If
Yeah.
you bring it from here.
Yeah, it's like something that is, it's like a cylinder,
Mm-hmm.
and when you arch your body, you should think about the front line and not the back line, because it's not about the back line, it's about the front line. As much as you can expand it and stretch it, then your back line would be very healthy and without any kind of pain. So, as reverse wave, wow, that was a workshop almost. Open widely your legs so you can have enough room to squat and allow the pelvis to get in between your hips. Arch the spine, inhale. And start with the head, chin in. Exhale like an animal. All the way down, and then crawl, inhale. Remember to hold in your breath up on your upper ribs, then take it to the jumping. Exhale. Inhale, crawl, hold your breath in. Two more. When you get your fluids to get into that motions, wow. Maybe it will be your first time understanding what is chi and energy. Now we're gonna get into a parallel split and spiral, and then split leg. Yeah, keep the elbow behind the stick and just enjoy jumping over the stick. Change side. Right leg is bent. Take the right stick in between you and the leg. Keep both feet connected to the ground, because here you're gonna feel this maybe happen. So focus on placing down your inner arch of your foot. And again, first side. Now bend the right leg too. Stretch the right arm, this is on top of your stick, and take the stick behind the right leg. Behind. And then connect both ankles, both feet together. Then take out your left arm and hold on the side. Yeah, and now bend both knees. Yeah, and jump with your face over the stick to the left. Yeah, And watch me try to look at me, and yeah, that's it. And guide the right. The right side gets stretched and jump over the stick. You can push the stick to the sides too with your arms, and it's gonna feel nice. Then stretch your legs, place down, if you can, the left arm. Head is heavy down. Bend your knees, take the stick to the front, and bring yourself back. Left side. Right knee is bent. I'm taking the right in between me and my leg. Just breathing in and out. So if you feel that the next level is too high, then stay in that position and breathe with us. In and out, so you can get this flexibility from the inner fibers and fascia. Then bend the left, you can stretch the left arm too. Taking the stick behind the left leg. Connect both legs. Right leg is coming out. And holding the stick from the outside of the left leg. Then I'm pushing the stick, start to jump over, pushing the stick on both sides, yeah, right to the side. It helps connect the shoulder blades together. And just breathe in and out. Stretch your legs, place down the right arm. And bring yourself up, opening the knees. And we're gonna do a deeper one. So we're gonna open. Maybe we should do that angle, yeah. Widely open your legs if you don't need that. So place the left foot, yeah, over here. And widely like me. Yeah. It's like surfing, almost like surfing. Right, Charlie? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a surfer, yeah. So right leg is bent and I'm shifting to the right. Yeah. Leaning on my right, opening the left hip, feeling the stretch in my left leg. Then I'm taking the left stick to the right foot and all the way to the right foot. So if you see yourself in that position as I do, this is not a position, right? You need to do all the way. And if it's hard for you, then stop at the middle line. Then I'm starting to lowering myself deeper down to the floor, and with all my torso I'm going left, 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 left to hold the left toe. Breathing in and out. Beautiful. Breathing in and out. Coming back and lower, lifting myself up and changing to the other side. Bending the left. Shifting to the left, stretching the right arm. And the right arm is reaching with the right stick next to the left foot. Lowering as much as I can. Sense the stick that you're not gonna break it. And then take the torso, like reaching somewhere. Hold the right toe if you can. You can stop here with the arm if it's more comfortable for you. Come back to the left, take the stick out, and we're gonna place ourselves down on the floor right now. So you can place the stick down. We're both gonna lie down on the floor. Head is here. Yeah, be that way. Just sense each other. And I'm placing myself as heavy as I can. And you know, sometimes you get into meditation, but you lose it because you lie down to meditate or you sit down to meditate. Maybe you should just sit down, or maybe just lying down is enough without this title of meditation, because once you start to observe and waiting, and practice this standby situation, like you have no goal. Maybe I'm gonna meditate, Maybe I'm gonna succeed meditate, maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna see God, maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna say, maybe not. So I'm just lying down and allow myself, mostly not doing anything. Because this is the way for our body to give information to our self-being that is like a guest in that body. So consciousness is a guest. And I'm focusing on nothing, just observing. You can do it with open eyes, you can do it with closed eyes. Just sensing. Hope you enjoyed the class as we did. Thank you for watching us. Make sure you do it at least 5 times, 6 times, even 10, and then you start to understand what am I talking about or what this kind of practice is about. And see you next time. Subscribe in YouTube. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram. It's Boaz Nahaisi, or the FLYSTICK on the website. And feel free to ask me questions and join us for practice online and live. And maybe one day we're gonna see each other and practice together. So have a great day. Bye.